Today we're looking at 3.3, using square roots to solve quadratic equations. So take a good look at this, read through, get a good understanding of how it's supposed to work, and once you get it, check it over. Checking's a good way to work to see if it works. It doesn't take long to do it. So once you get an idea how it works, reading through it, then I would like you to try these two questions. Once your questions are done, then check my answers to see if they work. So stop the tape now, try them, and we'll go from there. So you now have had time to try it and see how it works. So I want to solve this equation. So first step, we've got 2x squared. I'm going to take the negative 1 and bring it over. Is equal to 5. Because it's negative 1, across the equal sign becomes plus 1. So 2x squared is equal to 6. Divide by 2, divide by 2, x squared is equal to 3. I want to get rid of this 2, so I square root. What I do to one side, I'm going to do the other side. But there's a difference now. X is equal to plus or minus the square root of 3. Very simple. Plug that answer in. So I'm going to go 2 times x, which is the square root of 3, times the square root of 3 minus 1 is equal to 5. 2 times square root of 3 times square root of 3 is the square root of 9. Minus 1 is equal to 5. 2 times the square root of 9 is 3. Minus 1 is equal to 5. 2 times 3 is 6. Minus 1 is equal to 5. 6 minus 1 is 5 is equal to 5. Works. This equation on this side, I'm going to x minus 4 squared. I'm going to square root this. What I do to one side, I'm going to do the other side. So that's 12. And because I did it, it's plus or minus. Now I get x minus 4 is equal to plus or minus square root of 12. Bring the negative 4 over because I want to solve for x. Once that negative 4 across the equal sign becomes positive 4, so that's 4 plus or minus the square root of 12. Take one of the answers in, so I'm going to take 4 minus the square root of 12 and see how that works. So 4 minus the square root of 12 minus 4 squared is equal to 12. 4 minus 4, they cancel out, so I now have the negative square root of 12 is equal to 12, and that's squared. That's got imaginary 1 there, so 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. We get lazy, don't write it down. And 12 is 144. Square root of 144 is 12 is equal to 12, so that one works as well. Okay, now you're going to read this part B. It says not all quadratic equations have roots that are real numbers. To solve the equation 3x squared plus 12 equals 0, you got to go ahead and do it. So here they got a negative 4, and if you plug a negative 4 in when you do this, because you're going to go x is equal to plus or minus the square root of negative 4, you will not get an answer there. So there's no real roots, so be aware of that. The second part is very difficult, but it's easy if you take the time. Completing the difference of completing the square. Read through it, get a good understanding. If you need help, come see me. I know how it's going on. As you read it, see how it works. To the point of, you're going to try some on the last page. Now, stop the tape, try it. If you have trouble, come see me, or look at the tape to see how it works. So, here I'm going to complete this square. I'm going to solve this equation. So I've got x squared minus 10x is equal to, I'm taking the 3 and I'm throwing it over here, minus 3. Actually, before I ask you to erase all that, I'm going to factor this first. So I got x and go there, x and go there. Factors of 3 are 1 times 3. They'll never equal 10, so now I'm going to go back to x squared minus 10x plus 3 is equal to 0. Take this, throw it over there. So I got x squared minus 10x is equal to negative 3. I'm going to complete the square. Divide the 10 by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So 5 times 5 is 25. So I'm adding 25 to this equation. What I do to one side, I must do to the other side. Factor this now. X and an X. Numbers give me 25, or 1 times 25, and 5 times 5. Out of those, what will give me 10? The 5 to 5. Negative 5, minus 5, and over here I get 22. These are the same. So I rewrite them down as once. Squaring them is equal to 22. Square root it. What I do to one side, I must do the other side. I now have x minus 5 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 22. Take the 5, cover one x by itself. Move it over. So I get x is equal to 5 plus or minus the square root of 22. There's my answer, which is the same. Excuse me. I will now do the same on this one. This one's a little different. It's got a fraction. So I want to get rid of this denominator. So to get rid of it, I'm going to multiply by negative 2. Why negative? To get rid of that sign. What I do to one term, I must do to the other terms. This cancels out. So I got x squared minus 12x plus 2 is equal to 0. X squared, factor it. X and an x. Numbers give me 2 are 1 times 2. Will that equal 12? No. So I got to do the completing of the square. So x squared minus 12x is equal to, take the 2 positive, bring it over, negative 2. And then I'm going to complete the square. I'm going to divide 12 by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 times 6 is 36. So I'm going to add 36 here. What I do to one side, I must do to the other side. I can now factor this. X and an x. Numbers give me 36, or 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9, and 6 times 6. Out of those, what will give me 12 is 6. So it will be negative 6 minus 6. And on this side, I have negative 2 plus 36 is 34. This is are the same, so it can be written down once. So x minus 6 squared, because there's 2 up here, is equal to 34. Get rid of the square, get rid of this 2, so I square it. What I do to one side, I must do to the other side. So this now becomes x minus 6 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 34. I want x by itself, so the 6 comes over and equal to 6 plus or minus the square root of 34. Same answer. There you go. Completing the square. Simple once you get the hang of it, but difficult to understand. So if you run into problems, come see me. I'll show you how simple it is. Have a good day.